See my route took a tumble. Next time, be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, y'all.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Western Pennsylvania and Heinz Field in the Steel City of Pittsburgh. This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Los Angeles Rams. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
All right, now, 230. 52 the mic. So we got man.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Michael Brocker's in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Conner looking for space. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing. But as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Now Roethlisberger. He'll get that one complete to Conner. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here for the 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jump. Watch twins. Five.
Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
First down, Los Angeles.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Watch the pass.
Goff now looks to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Mike, hey, Mike.
Out of the gun. Gone. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13, Roethlisberger, and he connects with Vance McDonald. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards, a 1st down.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play? Made a nice catch and picked up the 1st down.
That's what impresses me about him. When he's called upon, usually gets it done. Benny Logan in there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, L.A. Brandon Cooks with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Hey, watch the slant. Let's go.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
I'm going back to you.
They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Show that bench release and go.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or division. Brandon Cooks. It's caught left side by Cooks. The 20, 10, touchdown LA. Brandon Cooks, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams strike quickly here for 6 points. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
On 2nd down, it's Connor. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
At the 11-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Goff. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
He goes to the 180. 65.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, L.A. Jared Goff with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. They'll run here with Connor. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Man, I got you. Easy.
Now Roethlisberger got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Roosevelt Nix his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down, Rams.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
First down.
Come on, D. Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. Tighten up, tighten up.
On first and 10, Goff. He gets it to Cooks. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Switch it, switch it. 2 for 1, 2 for 1.
Throwing again is gone. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Third and long.
So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
50, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Chance. Kill.
Here's Goff. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Brandon Cooks, as the first half is winding down, and the Rams tack on to their advantage. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Here we go.
At their own 32-yard line.
Stay!
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10.
Hey, alert, 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 alert.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Goff now to throw. Throw complete right side to Cooks. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Cooks now in his second season with the Rams. He's had 4 straight years over 1,000 yards. He had 2 with the Saints, 1 with New England, and then he went over 1,000 again last year with the Rams. 80 catches, 1,204 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Check 50.
Early. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
At the 43-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Goff. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that right there is something we've seen, I don't know, 15 times in NFL history. That will officially go down as a 60-yard field goal.
And everything has to be absolutely perfect for this to have any chance. He's got to get it out low and really drive through it. And I tell you, that was one heck of a kick. One heck of a decision on the sideline to even try it as well.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackle there by Clay Matthews.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Roethlisberger throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
These two. Check 9. Undercut.
They'll run on 1st down. Connor. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Roethlisberger. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
At their 48-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Here's Gall. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for L.A. And even 50 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Todd Gurley standing by as lonesome in the backfield here. 2nd and goal.
Hey, watch this. Watch.
Hey, 2-2.
Back to throw. Goff to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Goff now looking to throw to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Zerline's kick is up and through. Zerline, of course, last year had likely the iconic field goal of the season, booting that 57-yarder in the Superdome to send his squad to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you really hurt the Saints fans on that one, didn't you?
Sorry.
They didn't want to hear that at all. But this guy deserves his nicknames. Greg the Leg, Legatron, because the ball goes through the post at a heavy rate, 87% in 2018.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Check 99. Check 99.
Back.
Again, it's Connor. 20. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Solid, 5 down.
36.
Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's get it.
Like that. Like 20.
You ain't going nowhere. Double tight. 3 down.
Here we go. Flash it.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That. Like 20.
Check 52 to Mike. I'm here all day.
3rd and 2. Now Roethlisberger. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now it's Roethlisberger. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. James Washington, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Goff. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 2nd and 12, Roethlisberger in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
Alert, alert. Hey, echo.
58, come on.
Easy, easy.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, there is still time to recover from this. It remains a 2-score game even with the 2 points there, but let's just say things not trending in the right direction.
I like that phrase. I'm going to say it along with you. Things are definitely not trending in the right direction. They needed something on that drive. Instead, they gave up 2 points and a lot of hope.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Check 6 guys. Switch. Shift.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
No.
Another carry now for Gurley. Javon Hargrave there on the stop.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Goff now looks to throw. Throw left side, completes a count. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Check hot. Check 37.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Staying on his feet. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward. He's the one who runs him down, and my goodness, that is just a disastrous loss for this offense.
3rd and long.
A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Rams, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. They will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone. Watch me celebrate. I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man. Oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me. I ruin they plans. I do what I want. They do what they can. Got it on smash. Put on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy just